Hello. I am on a little early today. I have stuff that I need to record later, so that's kind of why. But yeah, it's been a while. I'm still getting everything pulled up. Stan, hi. Stan says, Miss Mara. Heart. Nice to see you too, Stan. Man, it's been a whirlwind. And yeah. Can't believe it's almost... January is almost over, you guys, if you can believe that already. January is almost over. Like, I just started January. I don't know where it all went. So, yeah. Anyway, it's good to be back on here. Biggest spawn. I feel like your username was something else previously. They say, hello, pretty lady. It's been a while. It has indeed. Man. This is what happens when it becomes the holidays. You know, it automatically becomes like a time traveling thing. So, I'm gonna move this a little bit. Okay. Nate says, hi, Miss Mara, long time no speak. Obviously, we've never seen each other. Yeah, but you've seen me. So, that's, I guess, counts. But, yeah. Hello, everyone. Is it cold where you guys are? Because, it's like 60 degrees Fahrenheit, and that's cold to me here in Los Angeles. But yeah. Stan says, always a pleasure. Happy New Year's. Hope Chris's celebrations was nice. Yeah. So actually I have some gifts that I would like to showcase today as a way, I don't know, I like to thank everybody who always gives me stuff for the holidays or for my birthday. And I used to have like, how do you call it? These, like recap videos, or like, it's not really a haul, like it's not a try on haul, but it's like all the stuff that I've received from people, and I always give thank you and shout outs online. But Ivan says, hi, hello from Detroit. Oh, you're probably way colder than me right now. I'm complaining about 60 degrees Fahrenheit, but it's sunny at least. Nate says, not physically, it's 33 degrees Fahrenheit in Buffalo. Yeah, okay, this is why I don't live on the East Coast anymore. East Coast is brutal. Oh, Lemon Chan! Hi! I know we did Sasha for a little bit, but I kind of like Lemon Chan. It's cute. Stan says it's 29 degrees Fahrenheit there. All right, you guys are all like half of mine, so I shouldn't complain. I'm spoiled in California. Francesco says hi. Hello. Mara, how are you? I'm really good. I'm really happy to see you all coming in early. I know I'm a little early, but I'm gonna stay here for the whole time. I just have to prep a lot of stuff to film after the live stream, so that's kind of why I want to start a little bit earlier and kind of get warmed up to camera and everything. Lemon Chan says, yeah, it's been a while, I know. Over a month, I think. When was the last time I did a live? Live was, yeah, December 3rd. It's almost 2 months. Francesco says, you have missed me. I missed all of you being on my channel. Biggest Spawn fan says, my real name is Tony, but I like to play anonymous characters. So should I just call you Spawn, even though you introduced yourself in my chat? All right, Lemon Chan says, yeah, I am Sarah, but I do love Lemon Chan. Yay, okay, I'll call you Lemon Chan. I love these nicknames. They're fun for me. Bram says, hey Miss Mara, it's a little late, but a very happy and beautiful 2023. I mean, this is my first live stream for the year, so it's not too late. Happy New Year, everyone. Even though it's gonna be February, like real soon. Oh my god, I'm not ready. Like this, I don't know about you guys, but the year is going by stupid fast. Like really, really, really fast. So I'm like not prepared for this. I'm still in kind of vacation mode. Coming back from Japan. Stan says, I'm from Norway, so kind of used to cold weather, but it's not the cold weather that bugs me. It's the depressing vibe I get from it. It's dark outside, etc. Yeah, that's the one thing I don't like about wintertime is like how early it gets so dark, you know? It's not my vibe either. I like the sun. Although I have been staying up later these days. I don't know why. Eagle Eyes says, your laugh is beautiful, winky face. Oh, thanks. It's a genuine laugh, so I guess those are always the best. Stan says, well, you already know that Imperatrix. Haha, I'm just tired. I don't even know what I'm typing. Well, yeah, it's also late for you. I know I'm like on early, but it is still late for some of you in Europe. So I appreciate you being here though. It's always really nice to see you. Aw. Spawn says, it doesn't bother me. You'll never bother me. Aw, hearts to you too. I like Spawn. I was actually kind of, I wasn't into the comic, but I was into the design of it. I actually knew about Spawn obviously before Venom. And I really like, okay, this is gonna sound weird because it's gonna sound like a total fetish, but I really like the monster head, like that shape, kind of like a helmet. I love helmets. And I love like the sharp jagged teeth and the long tongue thing. Kind of reminds me of like, I think it's kind of reminiscent to like tentacles, and you know that vibe. I'm not into tentacles, but I like the squishy, like organic feel that it has. Hence, also Chainsaw Man. I finished that first season, and I love the Chainsaw character more than the actual like humanoid character. I don't care about him. I want the Chainsaw Man. I'm like super into him. I think it's a really cool character. Yeah. And by the way, you guys, I was able to visit Mappa. I like drove by it and I did like a quick video of me in front of Mappa Studios in Japan. It was so cool. But yeah, more about that later. I'm gonna catch up with your comments. Lemon Chan says, I enjoy being in your chat. I love seeing you. You're such a good person. Oh, thank you. I really like that we got to meet in person. I love that Lemon Chan and my relationship actually started at Anime Expo. And she attended my panel and like came up to me afterwards while I was on the way out after I packed up and everything. She like caught me and we just had a really cool like 10-minute chat, and that was really fun. Francesco says, Swiftie for a nickname because I'm a Taylor Swift fan, and I hope one day to meet her in person and meet you, Miss Mara. Ooh. I'm gonna call you Francesco. If that's okay. I like it better. Mike says, hello, Miss Mara. How are you doing? I'm doing really well. Welcome to the chat. And live stream. So Lemon Chan's asking how was Japan. I always wanted to visit it. Yeah, it was amazing. Like the 2 weeks went by so fast, and like, I actually started in Osaka first, and that was like my home base for the first week. And then I went to Kyoto for a day, and then, well, kind of a day and a half. And then the second week was in Tokyo, and that was really fun. So, yeah, more on that soon. Taz says, your eyes are so beautiful. Oh, thank you. Mike is asking, when was my first pair of heels and stockings, Ismara? Well, I've always had stockings since I was a little girl because I grew up in cool weather since half of the chat is living in much colder weather now. 60 to 65 degrees was kind of like the norm for me. And so I had to wear a school uniform because I went to private school. And that was, skirts and like cardigans. And that was way too, like, that was not enough clothing to be in that kind of weather for children. And so I would wear stockings when I was, like, since I was 2, because I had uniforms since then. I went to preschool and I already had uniforms. And then, what is it? My first heels I probably got when I was like 16. They weren't actual like stilettos or anything. They were a pair of high-heeled like suede boots that had a little bow on the top that you could tie, made out of cord. It was really cute. I think I still have it somewhere, but I think it might be too small for me. You guys know I don't throw anything away, so that's kind of an issue. Stan says, it's 9:42 p.m. It's always very nice to see you too. Oh, actually it's not too late then. Oh, you're fine. I know you stay up until like 4 in the morning sometimes, but I'm happy you're here. Spawn says, you're talking about Spawn's villain, Melbogia. Really? Wait, now I have to look this up. I'm curious. No, because he's kind of more like a demon thing. I guess that isn't Spawn. Who am I thinking of then? I don't know. But yeah, it would have been a mix. The thing I'm thinking about is a mix between Spawn and that villain. I don't know who I'm talking about then. My bad. If I remember or come across it, I'll find it. I'll let you know, but yeah. Lemon Chan says, his name is Denji from Chainsaw Man. Yes. I don't care for Denji though. I care for the chainsaw character that he comes out as, because it's awesome. He's so like primal and like visceral. I love it. And I love the design. Like, I actually think his head design is really cool. She says, yes, Anime Expo. Yeah. Stan says, haha, I kind of have a monster fetish though. I had a dream fantasy about a female Dracula who I was dating, and she was giving me hickeys on my neck, and then she bit me with her sharp teeth. Ooh, that would be a really great role play, I think. I would love to do that. I have teeth too. I don't think I've ever shown it on the channel. Ooh, Halloween this year maybe. Lemon Chan's asking if I'm coming to Anime Expo 2023. She says, I might not make it this year. I always go, but I didn't go to 2020 because of COVID. Yeah, I've applied to do the panel again, and I think I'm gonna restructure it so it's more geared towards the like workshop demo aspect and like the do's and don'ts of how to angle yourself with certain implements. I am still gonna talk about like the crop and how to use it and stuff so people understand why not to like hit the tailbone with it, you know, but I've applied to that, and I've applied to a couple of other conventions as well, which are going to be fun. I got accepted to doing a performance this year for ALA, but unfortunately I wasn't here. I planned to go to Japan before they got back to me and told me that I was accepted, and it kind of sucks because I was like, well, I'm gonna be in Japan instead. And they're like, okay, have fun. What can you do? Adam says, hello, Miss Mara, welcome back to the live stream. Thank you. That's something that I feel like I should be saying, but thank you. I appreciate that, Adam. Happy New Year. Omega says Arcane is getting a second season. I haven't watched the first one, the first season, but I hear good things. I don't play League of Legends, so I'm not really connected with that world, but I do know a couple people who work at Riot, so that's pretty cool, I guess, in its own way. Spawn says, you're not the only one who has a goth or monster fet. I also had a dream about you, Mara. Oh, sorry, I made you feel uncomfortable. No, that's fine. I've heard other people dream about me as well. So I've actually, you know, when I do heavy hypnosis, some of the people who I do that to, they come back and they're just like, oh, I dreamt about you last night. It was really, well, titillating. So I'm honored to be in your dreams. That's like a free session right there. In the spiritual realm. Stan says, anime. Does anyone remember the series The Notebook? That one is really good. You mean Death Note? That was like one of the first mangas that I read before it got popular here in the US. Obviously I read it translated. It was somewhere online. But Death Note is one of my OG favorites. Like, wow, what a series. And, fun fact if you didn't know, Madhouse, the precursor to MAPPA Studio, was one who animated it. So a lot of it was one of the most like fluid animations that I've ever seen come out from Japan. Obviously I think that one also had Korean animators on it. But yeah, Madhouse drove it, which is like Death Note and Redline. If you've seen the movie Redline, amazing animation. Also by Madhouse. Spawn says, want to know the dream? If you're okay sharing it and you can say it in a PG way, that would be cool. Or you can write me an email if you're not comfortable with everyone else knowing about it as well. Lemon Chun says, I follow you on Instagram and love your videos of you with the fire. The one where you put the fire on the whip and then you slap people on the butt with it. I kind of want to try it with the fire. Be sure that you have someone coaching you, please. Don't do it by yourself because you need to learn safety and somebody has to be there to safety as well. I had a safety during that show. I always have a safety. But yeah, I love fire as well. I am a fire element. I'm a Leo, solar and lunar Leo. My zodiac is also a fire zodiac, so yeah. Omega says the best thing about Arcane is that you don't need any knowledge to understand the plot. Cool. I'll give it a watch then. I think the design is really cool, and I love if the animation is good, then yeah. And the story. Story is the most important thing. Has to have good story, please. Stan's like, yes, Death Note, yes. Same. Funny note, I didn't eat any apples during that time that I watched it, but I love apples. Omega's asking if I've read One Punch Man. No, but I watched it, and I'm about to re-watch it again because I just finished Mob Psycho 100, which is also written by the same person, One. And it was really cute. I thought it was really endearing, and it definitely had more feels than One Punch Man. But I think One Punch Man had more action and like really cool perspectives. So I'm ready for season 3 on that one, but I want to rewatch everything before I hit season 3. Gandalf says it's called Maraism to spawn. We all dream about our mighty goddess. Oh, thanks, Dan. Yeah, actually, it's really cool. Sometimes there have been dreams where I will dream about some of my subs, and it's an interesting perspective because they will tell me the next time they meet me that they had a dream about me, and I was like, I had a dream about you too. So I'm wondering if like it's the same type. One person was too shy to tell me what their dream was about, but the other one, it was really cool. It didn't have anything to do with his fetish or anything, but like it was interesting. I was just there as like emotional support, so that was really cool. Weaselbot says, how long have you been into hypnosis? Probably since I took my first class at DomCon in 2016. It's 2016, I think. So over 6 years. It's really fun. I highly recommend it. I know a model who is going to be doing hypnotherapy for kind of healing some trauma she had. So that's really cool. It could be used for that as well, not just like sexy time. Obviously, it could be that too, but... Lemon Chun says, ooh, you are a Leo, just like my best friend. I'm an Aries. Yay! We have, yeah, the fire signs going. Even though this year's water. This year's a water rabbit, guys. So I don't know what that means for me, but yeah, not my element this year. Spawn says, not at all. The dream was that you and 9 other women were my wives, and you were all vampires, and so was I. But I was like Roger Rabbit, lol. And I had a chimpanzee as a pet. That's amazing. I love it. That's great. I just watched this vampire movie. It was terrible on the airplane while I was headed towards Japan, though. What was it about? He had multiple wives too. Oh no, I don't remember it. It was so bad. But it was like this mixed race lead, which was really awesome. And then her last name was Alexander, and she had to like, oh, it was called The Invitation, because she got an invitation to go to this place, etc., etc. No, I'm not spoiling it, but yeah. If you want a bad vampire movie that's like decently shot, that's the one. So, for all you vampire lovers out there. Omega's asking if I've seen any Marvel anime. You know, no. Okay, unpopular opinion. I am really tired of the superhero thing. Like, I'm so tired of it. I haven't seen any of the Spider-Man movies. I heard they were awesome. Even the animated ones. I can't do it anymore. I'm so tired of it. Like, I am waiting for... I was interested in seeing, like, Eternals, but I couldn't do it. Like, the last one I saw was Doctor Strange, and that just, like, the latest one, and that ruined my, like, perception of Benedict Cumberbatch. Like, I loved him in, like, Sherlock. I loved him in, like, even Star Trek. You know? I can't do this. It's so fake. There's no depth to it. It's just pretty visual effects. That's it. And costume design, maybe. Yeah. Lemon Chan says, I got a new puppy, by the way. Her name is 02. I named her 02 because of the anime Darling in the Franxx. Oh, nice. I thought it was because of Tim Burton's Nightmare Before Christmas, but that dog was 0 as well. Spawn is asking Stan if they can subscribe to the channel. Yeah. Jeff B says, do you ever do any smoking fets? So I didn't used to. I do have a vape that I use on occasion. It doesn't have any nicotine on it, so it's literally just juice. It's flavored juice. If that is not acceptable to the person and they want to smell like the smoke, I don't do cigarettes. I can't stand them. I think they smell disgusting. However, I love, how do you call it? Cigars, like a really good cigar. So I'll do a cigar one, and I have to have like a nice drink with it. So if you purchase the session along with this like good cigar that I approve of prior to the session, I will do that. Obviously it has to be outdoors as well. And I have a space that has an outdoor section. Derby has contributed. Thank you for your donation, says Miss Mara. I am new here to the channel. Welcome. Thank you. First donation of the year. Besides Christmas gifts and New Year's gifts. But thank you for the tip. Stan says, I mostly dream about history and fantasy scenarios. I dreamt about the HP world a week ago. I was a Death Eater in the Voldemort army, and I was dating Bellatrix Lestrange, my dream girl. All right. I like it. Helena is great. I love her acting, and she fits the characters. So she doesn't even have to act, honestly. She is those characters in real life, probably. Gabby says, hi, mistress. Hello. Spawn's asking if Stan has a crush on Bellatrix. I mean, I was more of a Luna fan because I like that hippie crazy, but Bellatrix was cool too. I liked her. Not my type to crush on, but, you know, definitely cool. Lemon Chan says, I'm still confused about what a fet is. I don't know what it is exactly. Can you explain it to me? Because I think I have one, but I don't know what it is. Basically, you are like taking an object or a thing, like a concept, or a body part or an action, and you are like sexually aroused by it. Like, so there's a difference between being aroused by it versus being like you're just into it because like you think it's cool or like it's playful to you, you know? If that makes sense. Omega says, have you seen Wrath of Man? No, I haven't seen that. Jason Statham. Oh, Josh Hartnett's in this one. Post Malone's in this one? Really? Girl. Oh, it's a heist action thriller though. Okay, maybe I will watch this. It's directed by Guy Ritchie. How did I not know about this? I love Guy Ritchie. Oh, okay, I will watch this. Like, probably tonight or tomorrow night. I love heist films. I love ones that are like mystery or thriller or like kind of cerebral, or like if it's actiony, it has to be like good tension, if not good story. Omega says, I'm tired of Marvel as well. Do you like buff women? I like sculpted people. I think that if you have a really toned body and you can see like the curvature of things like biceps and stuff, like, yeah, I don't mind if they're larger than average, and as long as they're like fit and muscular and like, or at least toned, you know, they don't have to be like super bulky. They can just be like strong. Because everybody's bodies are different. It's not fair to say like, oh, just because this person has bigger biceps, they're stronger. Like that, I don't do that. But yeah, if they have like a nice like curvature and like shape and angles, because there's no, you know, sharp lines in nature, right? Like everything has like a slight curve or a slight organicness to it, like a flow to it, you know. Hair is a great example. Even though I have like what would be classified as straight hair, you know, I don't go straight in this world. Like, look at it. It just like flows everywhere. You know, I got a swoop here, like some swoops back here, you know. Anyway, tangent. Spawn says, I thought I was a cook to thinking Bellatrix Lestrange was attractive, but I didn't care what they said or thought. Yeah, you're attracted to what you like. Whatever, man. Smiley face back. Stan says, itty bitty baby potter. Bellatrix Lestrange. I like your spelling of that. Potter. Potter. Okay. I'm actually going to show off some of my favorite gifts from Xmas, because even though I don't celebrate Christmas really, I love the holiday season, and I just want to share what some people gifted me this year. It was really cute stuff. So my fire conclave, as you know, Andres says hi. Hello. I won like a best dressed contest, I guess, for our white elephant party, and like yeah, I kind of won this. I kind of scored. So I guess I'll show you this one first. They're a pair of socks, and I love the ugly Christmas like pattern because it's not really ugly. I kind of like it, and it's got a little kitten on it, and it says Merry Xmas Batches. Super me. And then along with that came with a matching mug, and look at how cute it is. I can get you on the naughty list. Like, if that isn't me, please tell me what is. And it's black, or no, green inside. Dishwasher safe, microwave safe. It's got actual gold on it, like gold foil. Love. So that was really cute. Lemon Chan says, thank you about the info about the fat red heart. Now I have things to do. I have to go now. Hopefully I'll be able to enjoy your next live. Bye everyone. Kisses. Bye. Thanks for stopping by. I'll see you next time. Okay. So I got that. And then I got new essential oil. I really wanted more, like I have lavender and like lemongrass and a bunch of like smaller ones like tea tree and stuff, and frankincense, and what else do I have? Cedar wood and stuff like that, but I wanted something more flowery. And so yeah, I was gifted this this jasmine one. Kind of reminds me of Sampaguita, which is a cousin to jasmine. It's Filipino. And yeah, it just smells like really rich. The aroma has like sultry, alluring, and romantic flavors to it, so that's awesome. Along with that, I got a bunch of these tiny diffusers. Oh, this is out of water. Okay, let me put more water. I also got new wheels for my chairs because the other ones were really gross and full of my hair. And now I got like these rollerblade looking ones, which are really cool, and they don't get stuck. So pro tip, if you have an office chair that you don't have, you know, that has no more roll to it, get this type, because it really works. It literally rolls everywhere. I don't need a mat or anything on the ground, and it's awesome. Okay, so I got a bunch of these little diffusers that kind of have LEDs. It's plugged in right now, so you know, it's not, I can't pull it up more. But like sometimes I like to like put my face here, and it just feels really good, like a mist. And it has essential oils in it, so it's really good for your skin because it's like skin safe or topical safe as well. So I had 3 of these now, and it's so cute. This little cat one has like shiny gold ears and stuff, and the whiskers are gold too. Cute. Lemon Chan says, damn, I kind of want to stay now because you're showing your Christmas gift. I'll stay now. I told you it was going to be fun, and then I'm going to talk about Japan next, so I just got caught up in the conversations. It was really great. That's what I love about this chat. It's like you can talk about anything. Derby says, stumbled across your channel like a couple weeks ago, and I must say I'm a fan already. Honestly loved your videos and feeling blessed to be on your live stream now. Oh, thanks. Thank you so much. Well, I hope you stay. If you actually look at the money icon underneath our chat right now, you know, you could buy a membership and you get access to these awesome Mara emojis that I have created. So just letting you know that those are there for you. Also, my Instagram and Twitter are both Mara Domina. I'll pin this one instead. But yeah. Anywho's, thanks for being here though. Spawn says, who do you like better, Jenna Ortega or Amber Midthunder? Oh, that's tough. I just finished binging Wednesday. That was like me in college. Nobody liked me because I was had too edgy of a personality, and like I would just give it to people like directly. And yeah, they weren't a big fan, but I warmed up to them, and somebody called me like whiskey, where it's like an acquired taste. Like over time, they liked me better. So I was like, okay, I like that. Oh, I don't know. They're both kind of like edgy women. And they both have like those eyes. There's like something like kind of feral in their eyes, but like beautiful. Primal is probably a better word. Jenna is more refined in the series just because she's in a private school, whereas Amber is kind of like living out in the wild, but she still has an elegance to her. I don't know, I'm a fan of both. I like Jenna just because the personality is there more. You don't really hear Amber talk that much in the movie, so that's tough. I think they're both beautiful though, and I'm a fan of both. But I lean towards Jenna. Lemon says, I love talking about anything. It's very fun. Yay! Omega says, I love your shorts. I was like, oh my, at first I thought you were actually talking about the shorts I'm wearing right now, because I am wearing shorts. I was like, how can they see that? I didn't even stand up. But you're talking about like my YouTube shorts, right? If so, thank you. Either way. Andres says, you're a very goddess woman. Thank you. Derby says, are you a fan of the new Puss in Boots movie? I also just watched that. Okay, so after I came back from Japan, I just watched a shit ton of movies, or a lot of movies, on the plane and coming back. I've just been like decompressing, and it's been really nice. It was fun. I think the graphics are beautiful. I think the star area looks like they kind of took some stuff from Frozen. But they did it in a new way, and it's very beautiful. Story, yeah, there's good motivation on everyone. I don't think they really needed the Jack Horner character. He was very ugly, and I know he's supposed to be, but that's the problem with a lot of like DreamWorks stuff, unfortunately, is that their characters aren't as appealing. Like, it's not cute. Like, Shrek isn't cute, and I know he's not supposed to be, but I just don't like him. I don't like the storyline. I don't like any of the characters. I don't feel anything when I see them. Like, it doesn't connect with me in that way. Puss is cuter. Obviously, he's a cat, which I also like. I liked Selma Hayek's character as well. I don't know. It was okay. It was fun. The visuals are... Oh, I didn't understand why they had two different types of animation. One was like the 3D, very like rendered out, you know, stuff. But then when it became action, it was like that weird cartoony, like really jaggedy, stuttery type. And I'm not sure if it was like an in-between, like drawn over CG situation, or if it was just like a style thing where they took frames out of a render. It was weird. I didn't like it. It took me out of the movie. I don't know. Spawn says, if you're into country boys, look up Josh Holloway. Josh Holloway. I don't know this person. Science fiction. He was... Oh, he's also on Lost. Didn't watch it, but I've seen the characters, so yeah, I do recognize him from that. I guess the only country boy that I would consider country, and that's only because it's like this true South, Southern South, was the guy from Hell on Wheels. Hell on Wheels cast. Oh man. Anson Mount. Whoa, he looks so different. Oh my god, he looks so different. What? You guys. Okay, just Google him. Anson Mount. Looks nothing like he looked like on Hell on Wheels. What? Oh, I kind of liked him shaved better now. He's got like the Silver Fox vibe. Okay. Okay, side note. Didn't mean to like, wow, crush on that, but he got a nice smile, you know? Got the white teeth and it's like perfectly arranged and everything. Okay. Nice nose too. Mohamed says goodness from Alexandria. I don't know. I think I'm gonna ban that word on my channel because I'm not a fan of people using Slave. It's just not my jam, guys. I don't care. It's a personal preference. Where can I do that? Settings. Man, it's been a while since I've been on YouTube and I'm like not remembering things. Okay. Give me a second while I look it up. Ugh, maybe I'll do this later because I'm like struggling right now. Okay. Let's see. Found it. Oh. I think okay, yeah. Okay. But hello. Lemon Chun says, I love movies, especially horror movies. I used to love slasher films, but I'm like not into those anymore. I don't know if it's an age thing. I'm just like, eh. Unless it has a good story. Like Silent Hill, I guess I could get into. I also really like the set. Spawn says, old cartoons are better. Yes and no. I think storyline and like how characters go through journeys were really awesome. As for fashion and for effects, probably now is better because they combine like visual effects with the like 2D stuff. I'm not really into 3D animation. You could do more realistic stuff like lighting and obviously effects and stuff, but there's something charming about watching things still hand-drawn, and I will always be a 2D fan. Lemon Chun says, I want to go watch the movie Avatar 2. Ew. I'm also not a fan of that. I watched the first one the last week it was out and wasn't impressed. I think the technology that they're trying to do with the movie is cool, but it's not enough to make me like a fan. And it's not enough to make me go, oh my god, this is legendary. Like, Titanic's better. I don't know. Can't believe I'm saying that. Andres is asking if I could show my fee. I do that if I get sent a super chat or super sticker of at least $5 or $10. Honestly, $5 is minimum, and you can like, the duration is what changes. So if you obviously, tip at a higher rate, I will show my feet longer, of course, if you are new to my channel. And same with gloves and stuff. I will put those on for a tip as well. I have quite the collection. Spawn says, would you ever watch Lost? Well, I kind of had that ending ruined for me by a bit somebody did, and I think they did the bit because they thought that everybody had watched it already and they were spoiling series for people, like popular series for people. But I didn't appreciate that because, like, if I were to get into it, because a lot, like, my roommates in college were into it, so if I were to ever get back into it, and they were like hooked, they would watch it every week, every day, or whatever. I kind of lost the will to watch it after I found out the ending. So, Habib says, hi, your admirer here from Pakistan. Hello, welcome. Derby says, I actually think Jack Horner is a hilarious character. I see how people don't like him because he doesn't have any purpose for being evil. He's just straight up evil but funny. He's just selfish. He's the most evil out of, the characters, aka, like, the cats are selfish too, but at least, they kind of had like, Puss had his life or death, reasoning behind it. The Goldilocks obviously was not really evil. She just wanted her family or whatever. She already had one. That was the whole point of that. There was no surprises to me. Like, it was very predictable as a story. At the end, I was surprised that, well, blank got the wish, right? If you've seen it, you've seen it. But that surprised me. I actually thought that one of the other characters who didn't want a wish would get it and then wish that everybody got a wish. If that makes sense. But that didn't happen. It also was really poor how they got rid of Jack. So I wasn't a fan of that either. Omega's asking if I've seen the Ghost in the Shell movie. I've seen the original. I own it on Laserdisc. Because when I was a kid, I didn't even understand the movie, but that's what my mom had bought because she thought, it's a cartoon. Let me give it to my kid. I was like, yeah, okay. The cover of this Laserdisc, though, was her holding the guns like this with the sunglasses and like a bunch of wires in the back. I was like, and she looked like she didn't have any clothes on, and like, you know, she had a pretty good bust. So I was like, how did you think this was for a child? I did watch R-rated movies when I was younger though with my parents, so maybe that's why my parents were like, our kid can't handle it. Weaselbot says, Laserdisc, I love those. I know, right? They're so big and shiny. You can hang them on your wall now if you don't have a player as decoration. It might blind you in the light, but it'll make beautiful rainbows in your room or something. Weasel says, I still have a few. Nice. Me too. I also own, I think, Peter Pan and Laserdisc. Crazy. I do have the VHSs, though, of Disney movies and stuff. Biggest Spawn gives me a black, red heart. Okay. I'm going to get back to my gifts. I got distracted again. Ooh, speaking of socks from before, I received these in the mail. I was actually going to do a video on this, but I don't have enough to or sponsorship. So it's also kind of brandless, but these beautiful socks, they're like mesh and have embroidered, look at that. This is all embroidered onto the sock. It's amazing. Different leaves, and then I have this one. Gorgeous. I don't know what this is back here. It seems like a poor choice of placement and size. Oh, it's a sun. Look at that, it's a sun. Okay. But yeah, really beautiful. They're very unique. I've never seen socks like these before, so very pretty. So that's really cool. Let's see. I got those from, who did I get these from? Or was it a gift? I don't know who I got these from. I think it was just in packaging, but yeah, I love them. Can't wait to wear them. I'm just scared they're gonna snag. I have to wear shoes that won't tear these apart. That's what I've always had troubles with pantyhose and stockings. You guys have seen it. That's why I did a collaboration with SheerTex, which is on my channel. And also restricted. I don't know why. But yeah. Okay. The next thing that I got were... Oh, yes. I got... phone cables. You know how, I have so many of these. I'm using one right now to charge my phone. But even these corded ones are no good. The wiring on the inside is so poor that, the OG, I have an Apple product. I've used Android before as well. But the Apple ones, I have to say, I still, the very first, smartphone that I still have is the iPhone 6S, right? And I use this for gaming and for social media stuff because I don't need it for actual phone calls or texting. But the cord that came with this, the lightning cable cord, lasted until last year, November or December of last year, which is insane. Because I got this, 20... 13, 14? No, 15. I would say 15. Maybe 16? When did it come out? I don't know. That's a long time for a cord to last that long. So my pup gifted a bunch of these to me because he was like, you need this in your life. I was like, yes, indeed I do. I do need these. So thank you for buying me a bunch of those. Ooh, okay. I got these really cool holographic, oh my God, the color on the screen looks amazing due to the light and stuff. But I got these amazing holographic coin purses. It was actually for Japan, and it was very sweet. Oh look, there's still yen in here. But on the inside, it's like floral and like really well padded and stuff. Like, it's pretty deep, you know? Really cool. And these fit in my pocket, and so yeah, took this everywhere. One has coins, one has the cards in them. Like, I still have my Suica card, I think. Yeah. Which is how they use transportation and stuff like that. I love these. This, like, I could go into a convenience store and buy stuff with it, with preloaded things. I love that about Japan. Another thing about Japan that I really miss is the toilets. My God, the toilet seats were always heated. Doesn't matter where you were. You could go to a rest stop, which were bomb, by the way, because the rest stops are not like the US ones. They are actual like restaurants. There's like vending machines. There's souvenir stuff that have like unique charms for the region, and like a bakery, and they just keep everything so clean. They had gacha machines, which I need to tell you guys about because I got suckered into that. If you don't know what those are. But yeah, the toilets, you know, just like self-cleaned, you know, will have like ambient noise if you need it. If you're being shy, it's like, oh my God, it was so good. Derby says, gotta get my butt back to studying, life as a uni student. Hope you have an amazing weekend, Miss Mara. Come back and watch the rest of my stuff because I have really cool gifts that I haven't gotten to yet, but I keep on getting distracted with stories. But yeah, thank you for the crown. Thank you for showing up, and thank you for the tip. I hope you come back to the next one. Turn your notifications on so you know when I'm back next. But yeah. Also, trains were on time. Like, would never happen in the US, ever. No matter where you are. Oh, okay. I got this beautiful book, a journal, from, don't know if my mom gave me this one. Maybe she did. I think she did. But look at the spine. How cool that is. It's like an exposed spine that has all the places where the pages are actually looped. I love that a lot. And then I stuck these two stickers on there from Oktoberfest last year. This lady, crazy coincidence, was giving out free stickers. I was like, you are like who I want to be when I grow up. Like, we were there to go get drunk off of German beer and sing some polka songs along with some new stuff with my friends, right, who are in the band. And this lady comes by and just gives people a bunch of stickers and is like, choose some. And so I chose these. They like stood out to me. It's a leopard printed butterfly and like a ombre butterfly, a smaller one that kind of looks like a blue morpho, but it's gold. And later found out that she was the mother of the bassist, who's my friend who plays in the band. I found out about that later on when she had the stickers at her holiday party that I was invited to last year. It's so crazy how this stuff manifests or whatever. But anyway, I stuck those on here because it's the new journal that I'm starting this year. I even did a metamorphosis like graphic on it with a pen, and yeah, it'll be the start to a new year. So end of last year I started writing stuff, and I only have a few pages, but fully loaded all the time, guys. So yeah, I've kept a journal since I was in high school, and it's been a really great way to express my feelings and articulate them. So yeah. Spawn's asking if I exercise or go to the gym. I used to, but in Japan I walked everywhere. Like my biggest mileage was 12.3 miles one day. And I walked from Shinjuku all the way to Shibuya just because my friend who I went on this trip for, because it was his birthday, wanted me to see how far things were. And to prove to me that how far things were, we walked the whole way. And I didn't know this at the time because he only told me afterwards. And I was like, you really didn't need me to walk all this way to tell me. I could have seen it from one of the high rises that we did. You know, the scenic views on one of the highest buildings there. Yeah, so I will never walk that again because you could take three stops on the train to get to where you need to for that, but I did it. So I think I shed a lot of pounds over the course of Japan, because I was walking like 5-6 miles a day, guys. Like, it was nuts. The least I would walk is probably 4. So, and I was carrying a backpack with water, so extra weight. Habib says Japanese are one of the most disciplined nations in this globe, if not the most. I agree. I highly admire that. I wish more people were like that. You know, Japanese, Germans, Swedish, probably Switzerland too. Yeah. I love it. I'm type A, that's why I appreciate that. Very organized, very planning, very like have a lot of control in how I live my life. Okay, the next thing that I got, oh yeah, I have this here, is the SodaStream. I got a SodaStream. I've always wanted one, but like, it was never enough for me to be like, oh, I really, really want one. I'm gonna buy one or have a sub buy me one. It was never on my wish list, but it was like in the back of my head. And so I think it actually manifested itself last year because I got one and it really works. I really love the fizziness of it. Can I do it right now? I don't know if it's gonna be safe on my chair armrest. Let's see, let's try, because this needs some fizzing. And I don't just drink carbonated water, I actually make actual soda with it. And I like mine super fizzy. Oh, that kind of leaked everywhere. Anyway, you get the point. Looks like that, fizzy afterwards. And oh God. Probably not a good idea to do this on my lap. Probably needed to be flat, but yeah. What I like to do is put it in a tall glass with some ice. I don't really have ice right now because it's kind of cold, but I have this elderflower syrup and I pour like maybe that much in there. Love elderflower. Found out about it through cocktails actually, because Saint Germain And then I add a little bit of this. It's a mocktail, if you will. Pretty much to the top, and it becomes like a beautiful golden transparent color. And yeah, elderflower soda, guys. So yeah, that's been like my jam lately. Okay, what else did I get this year? Oh yeah, besides that, I think my favorite one is this Mad Glare swing set. I have this on my TikTok. But yeah, I have a new swing set that I bought for like stretching and stuff and other things, sexy things that I want to try. But I had to clear that for now because I am doing a little bit of rearranging in my living room. Nothing major, but I have like a lot of stuff from the holidays. I have a bunch of candles and stuff like that from people, and soaps and other goodies. Actually a couple of lingerie as well. But my favorite one is probably the swing set, and that's thanks to my Fin Piggy, who's always generous with gifting me stuff. So MP, if you're out there, you are always the MVP. There are those who come close, but you're always very generous. So thanks everyone who has gifted me stuff. Like, I have a lot of stuff, and I don't have the energy to pull that all in here and show everybody everything right now. But yeah, huge thank you to everyone who's gifted me things and who are patrons on my Patreon, even though I've been kind of a little slower on that one. That includes Wolfie, and I have somebody in San Francisco who's also contributing to that regularly. So yeah. All right, I guess more about Japan. So if you guys looked on my community tab on my YouTube, and then I've posted some stuff on my stories on Instagram and Twitter, you'll see that I went to a lot of different places. Where did I go? I think I have to bring up I took so many photos and videos too. So I don't know if I'm gonna recap it because it's so much. But, two of the things that were really cool about Japan are the fact that we closed down 2, how do you call it? Restaurants. One of them is a Michelin star restaurant, and that's because I had a guide in Tokyo, and he knew the chef, who's an Iron Chef, and so that was really cool. It was a great treat, and we got to eat like a French fusion cuisine, an 8-course meal. It was for my friend's birthday, actually, so that was a really awesome experience. Literally no one else was in the restaurant, and we came like a little early, and the chef's wife bakes and went to school for actual baking and stuff like that, and culinary school. So she actually baked a really lovely chocolate cake and made the cream and everything. She gave us this wine and paired this wine that was super juicy. Didn't even like, you know, I don't know, it didn't even feel like it was wine. It was so juicy. That's how good it was. That yeah, I thought that it was like such a great meal and such a treat to meet everybody. The Iron Chef was so happy, and like, he was the one cooking for all of us. We filled up a table of like, how many people? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No, 6 people. Yeah, so that was really awesome. All right, next up is, let's see. we closed down a really well-known sushi restaurant, and they are booked every single night. You have to book it like months in advance, pretty much, which is what we did. And yeah, we were only, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 people in that restaurant. And my God, okay, I thought my favorite sushi flavors or whatever were like, I don't know, like your basic, you know, salmon, toro, tuna. Those are very good also. But this chef, I asked for this chef's specialty because we did a, how do you call it? Like an omakase, which is like the chef will give you like an 8 or 12 course meal of what he thinks you'll enjoy. And then afterwards it's a la carte. And so I asked, because he was asking down the line what people wanted, and he has all of his stuff refrigerated in a window in front of you. And it's just, it's amazing how cool that the combinations of like different sushi types and fish types can be. Like his specialty was a squid or an octopus. It's called Ika. And it's almost like this transparent like texture from the octopus, and he'll score it like 200 times. And it comes in a sheet. He makes it into a sheet and he'll just chop off what he needs to for that sushi. And it was like, it melted. Like, forget about calamari, forget about, you know, any type of grilled squid that you've tried. Even if I've had the best grilled squid in like Spain, this doesn't come near or as close as this octopus. So, or squid, I think it is squid. And then the other thing I tried was the ebi, which is the sweet shrimp, which is raw. And that one too was like super sweet and like, I don't know. It gave me the brain tinglies. Have you ever had food so good that your brain like just tingles sometimes? It's like, wow. Anyway. Spawn says, why is everyone so quiet? They're probably just listening to me talk, to be honest. I'm also gonna be, you know, done in like 13 minutes. So if you guys have any questions or comments you'd like to say about the trip or about any of my gifts, which one's your favorite, or if you just want to bring up something else, that's cool too. That's kind of what these live streams are for. They're like a mix of different things that we can talk about. But yeah, I got a little carried away. Weaselbot says, sounds like an amazing trip. Yeah, I think my favorite actually is Osaka. And that's because, well, the guide that went with us, he was saying that like a lot of Americans and foreigners really like Osaka because it's kind of more their vibe. You know, everybody is pretty like direct with you and they'll tell you things how it is. Also, we got like the most help from people. Like, we got lost in this one section because Google Maps was being weird. Google Maps, by the way, is like a super savior out in Japan. Like, everything is on Google Maps. So you don't have to like, and everything is pretty much in Romanized English too, like the stops, so you don't have to read Japanese to navigate, and most of it was easy. But there was this one section called Shinsaibashi, and it's like the heart of the city. Shin is like, the character is heart. And so I was like, we just need to ask a local because we've been like circling the same place for 15 minutes and this is ridiculous, right? We're just like walking back in different corners, and it was a large intersection. And so like we stopped a couple, well, not we, my friend stopped a couple and was just like, hey, where can we find this? Like, doko ni blah, 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 right? And I was like, dude, they look like they're on a fucking date, or they look like they're on a date. Like, don't bother them. Like, Japanese people are so polite. I was like, just like, chill, dude. If we were gonna ask somebody, it would have been somebody like who was like a traffic person, or like there's no information booths obviously out in the cities like this, but I was like, they're on a date. They literally walked us down and showed us which like train entrance to go to. I was like, oh my God, they didn't have to walk all this way. They literally crossed 2 sections and went diagonal from where we were to go down into the train and say like, oh, you need to take this platform and this one. And I was just like, thank you so much, man. Like you would never get that here in the US. Like, people will tell you where to go. They'll just be like, oh, you just want to take this down until you see this landmark and then turn right. Okay, bye. Like, you know, that's, or there's a bunch of tourists on the street walking, so they don't know where they're going. So Google Maps is your friend. But yeah, it was just really cool to see the caliber of people. Like, of course, well, I went with a few people. I think because, you know, we look Asian, they kind of were like, if we didn't talk, everybody kind of just like assumes you know, unless you behave weird. Then they're just like, foreigner. But once you start talking, obviously you're a foreigner. And but everyone was pretty chill. I didn't think there was a lot of like discrimination against that. A lot of the shop owners and the like bakery people, like I went to go get this really beautiful, it looks like a Castell roll from a bakery, and it was also in Osaka, right around the street from my hotel actually, and they're really well known to like have a really soft, spongy consistency, and they were super like nice and like quick. Everything was so efficient. And it was beautifully designed, like chandeliers hanging, even if it's like smaller ones. The Norma says, hello everyone, hello, welcome to the channel. So yeah, it was really cool. And then, so from Osaka, the reason why I guess we were there was to kind of experience the city and like day trips from there. So we would go to like, what was it, the Uji? Not Fuji, where I did go later, but Uji, UJI, is a place where it's supposed to be known for their matcha tea, their green tea, and I love tea. And like, it was really far, it was almost at Kyoto, but we went for like a day to see like a temple, 2 temples. There's like a really well-known dragon thing also that's on a ceiling, that's supposed to be like the heavenly dragon that that looks down on you, and that is like an all-seeing thing. But yeah, so we saw that. Oh, and the Byodo Inn temple. If you guys have watched my latest Hawaii trip, which is like a whole episode on its own, but I toured Hawaii in the North Shore, not just Waikiki, like North Shore, and then like the west side. And I got to go to the Valley of Temples, and the Byodo Inn temple is recreated in Hawaii, in Honolulu, like in Oahu, on the Oahu Island. And so I went to the original one, which was really cool. Unfortunately, you couldn't ring the bell at this place, but it really showcased a museum of like how the temple was built, and like the different types of art that are inside and painted, and what the phoenixes mean, and how the phoenix is actually on their money, which is pretty cool. Do I have it on here? Oh, money everywhere. No, I don't. But on the 100,000 yen, money on the back of it is like the phoenix. So that's really cool. That's on the top of these, how do you call it? On top of the temple. So that's cool. Oh, thanks for the rainbow hearts, Spawn. I don't know who you're giving them to, but they're cute. Weaselbot says, I've been to the temple in Oahu. The original must be amazing. Yeah, you know, Okay, again, unpopular opinion. I liked the Oahu one more because it didn't have a heaviness to it. I feel like it was also like the grounds were a lot wider. And then like there was just a beautiful area where like there's a bunch of roots of trees. You can see this in my YouTube recap video, the travel vlog of Oahu. But like the blossoms were just like littering the grounds of the space, and it just gave it like a fairy, like ethereal vibe. I would have loved to have taken photos, like real portrait photos there. And then like you can actually walk in and around and over the bridge in Oahu after paying, because you pay the fee up front to go inside. I think it's like $10 or something. I don't even know. Maybe it's free. I forget. But yeah, at this temple, it was really weird. They made you go backwards into the temple, over the bridge on the right side, and then you had to pay like right there. So I was like, that's really weird to commodify like this temple for being so well known and for getting closer to it. It's like, you know how churches, they want you to like give donation for the poor, and then they end up keeping it for maintenance of the church or something. Well, I feel like that's kind of the case with this one too. But it was like, well, you're trying to take a photo, right, in front of the temple, and then there's these people that are gonna cross over and walk into it. It's so weird. I don't know. The vibes, the actual temple was beautiful. The painting was beautiful. The orange red of the posts and everything, those were a deeper color. I think the one in Oahu is very orange, which I liked. You know, it reminds me of the Golden Gate Bridge kind of. But yeah, it's and then I really liked the museum though. The museum of the original Byodo Inn temple is cool. They tell you everything, and then it leads out to a gift shop. And usually I like don't like gift shops because I'm like, oh, it's just like souvenir stuff. But they had really cool stuff. Like they had this the pattern of one portion of the pillars on a scarf, a silk scarf, which was really beautiful, which is I took back home. And then they had really cute charms. And it was interesting because you can't purchase charms with the card. So I have a card that works internationally without charging fees. And luckily, this trip, I was able to charge a lot of things on my card. I had like, you know, $1,000 in like cash just in case. But like, yeah, I could charge everything to my card. And so that's what I did. But you can't purchase charms with cards. It has to be money. So I was like, interesting. I like that. Weaselbot says, yeah, that's an amazing place in Oahu. There's a donation, I think. Yeah. Steve says, hi, Miss Mara. Have you toured the Asian American Museum in Pasadena? Yes, I think I have. I always confuse that one for the one in San Francisco, because the one in San Francisco I've been to several times as well, but I think I have. Let me look at the exterior one just to be sure. Yes, I have. It was actually, I think I took a photo out here and posted it on my Twitter at one point. It was kind of a rainy day, light rain. But it made there's an outdoor area where there's like a garden and then like some little lions and stuff and lily pads. It made that look prettier, I think. Spawn was like, I'm giving the hearts to you, silly. Mara. Thank you. But yeah, let's see. Oh! I had to move this because of my SodaStream. Last but not least, I got this really cool graphic novel. Oh, wow. Why is that on the back? Okay, well, this is, oh, it's a dedication for mature readers, duh. But yeah, it's about, two people who can, what is it, stop time or something when they have naughty time. Yes, they can freeze time when they become intimate with each other, which is kind of interesting. I haven't read it yet, but this is also from my pup, and it's really cool. I love this jacket, and then like it's a very colorful like graphic novel inside, so it's kind of cool. I don't own a lot of graphic novels, but I really appreciate, you know, good storytelling and then obviously illustration. So Spawn says, my great grandmother lived in Pasadena. It's a very nice place. I used to do archery there in South Pasadena. Yeah. They have like huge trees that kind of like lead into this archery area, and they have like competitions and stuff like that, but you could also bring your gear and like go practice at one of the ranges. It's really cool how they set it up. Instead of having like a linear thing where like all the targets are right beside each other, they have like little areas that you could go to that are dedicated to that. And so it's like a little bit of a walk, but it's a nice stroll in a park. And yeah, I practiced longbow there with somebody who owned, well, he was, okay, so the thing with longbow is that it has to be in relation to your height. Well, this guy was 6'1", and I am not. So it was a lot harder for me to draw back because it was like it was a very light bow. It was made out of like carbon fiber or something, and but it's very strong. And the strings, I think you had to string it every time before you use it. So he had to like put it under his, he had to step on one part and then like do the thing. And then the arrows are like these aluminum tubes that have like this plastic veining, which is really cool. And the tips are also just like, it looks like a graphite pencil artist, but it's the aluminum tube that with a cap that has a point. And so I would go with him, and the veining of the arrows are like a neon color, so you can find it quickly wherever you shoot it, just in case it ends up in the trees behind the bale of hay. And you can either just use the hay as it is, or you could bring your own targets and put it on there. And that's what we would do for like a couple hours on the weekends. We would go, and I would borrow his bow, and the drawback was like 25 or no, is it 30? So for him, it's supposed to be, it's relative to his height. So it was 25 to 30 pounds for him. But because I'm shorter, that drawback was actually more like 30 to 40 or 35 to 40 pounds, the drawback. So it worked my back muscles a lot, but I was in good shape at the time because I rock climbed a lot. But yeah, that was really fun. Love Pasadena. There's also a museum out there called the Norton Simon Museum. It's very beautiful. It's very small and very unassuming on the outside, but it's a beautiful space. It has so much art in it, and you can eat lunch there. There's a beautiful outside area that has like fountains and like a very nice like pools and stuff. I believe they had a lot of Degas when I was there, which is the guy who sculpts the girl in bronze, the ballerina who's looking up, young girl, I think. So I don't know if that's still there, but they had a lot of his work at the time when I went. So that's pretty cool. Okay. Anything else I want to add about Japan? I know I'm over what I said I was going to leave, but there's just so many things that I wanted to say about Japan. Hello, Korean person. Or 안녕. 안녕하세요. Uzaki. I'm Omega says, have you seen Uzaki-chan? Who's Uzaki? Is that like a... wants to hang out? No, I haven't. I thought this was some Demon Slayer thing. No, this looks kind of cutesy for me. I don't really do the cutesy. I'm more of a shonen. Oh, that's another thing. Oh God. Okay, one more thing I have to say about Japan, because I went to this place called Parco. Oh wait, first of all, Tokyo Station is like the station in Tokyo that all the trains like go to, right? Because it's the epicenter. They had a Shonen Jump store. Like they had a Ghibli store. They had like all these stores in the basement. And it's so cool because it's like you could buy all this merch that they don't sell anywhere else. And then there's this place called Parco, and you can, it has like the Pokemon store, the Nintendo store, the, oh God, I'm like blanking. They had a shonen area too. That One Piece is huge right now because of the Red movie. I haven't seen any One Piece because it's not done yet, and I like binge through all of this stuff, so I can't wait for new stuff to come out. I just need it to be done, and then I will binge. That's the type of person that I am. But it just keeps going, so I don't know when I'm gonna start that. But I really enjoyed the music from there. I found out about the songs from there are by this singer artist named Ado. ADO, and the new Genesis song and the Fleeting Lullaby, oh my gosh, her vocal range is amazing. Ugh. Again, not sponsored by any of these, but I just have to say that going to these places, oh my God, it was so cool. I also visited the Sailor Moon store. I had to. That was very cool. Stuff was so pricey though. I'm so glad I already had merch though. So I was just like, very nice. Very nice stuff. Spawn is asking how often I eat at Olive Garden. Never. I've probably been there once, and that was because a friend had, like, when I was a child, like 7 or 9 or something, a classmate of mine had their birthday party there. And I was like, huh, interesting. You know, it always baffles me how these places, like the 90s, used to be like, what, you have your parties or something at like a entertainment center, like Chuck E. Cheese or something. Like, oh, I never did that. I thought it was always literally too cheesy and like, I don't know. And then I had the really wealthy friends who literally bought, this was in Brazil, they bought 2 rows of a gigantic theater for the whole class to go and watch a movie together. I think we saw The Mummy when I was a child. Again, not a kid's movie, but we were all there celebrating their birthday, and then went out to a restaurant afterwards for cake and like stuff like that, or someone's house. Maybe it was their house. These guys were so wealthy, and you can pick your seats. So they bought the 2 middle row seats of this theater, and we all watched it. It was crazy, man. Ah, oh, I've lived a really interesting life. But yeah. Weaselbot says, Miss Mara, did you see any cool tech that hasn't been released in the US yet? So I went to this department store that's supposed to be one of the biggest department stores for electronics in Tokyo. I was overwhelmed. Like, I've been to Burning Man 4 times. Nothing overwhelms me out there that much anymore. It's not that I'm jaded. I'm just used to the chaos and the energy of the place. Not to say I don't get influenced by it, but this is different. Everything was bright lights. There were so many things hanging from the ceiling telling people like what's new and what's on sale. And like literally every nook and cranny was either technology or like anime figures. No joke. I took video of this. It's on my phone. And I think the things that were coming out, I mean, there weren't really anything too crazy that I saw. It was like, don't quote me on this because I can't read Japanese and I didn't ask a salesperson, but I think there were like chairs, office chairs with seat warmers that I haven't seen in the US. Like obviously you can get a blanket, how do you call it? The hot, what do you call those? A hot heating pad or a hot blanket, you know? But the Japanese already have had this for years. Like they've sewn that into their kotatsus, the table with the blanket covering everybody's legs for the winter to keep everybody warm under the table. Like they've had that for a very long time. So it's just the innovation and obviously the quality of engineering that's going to be different in Japan versus the US. I mean, the fact that they have, I just can't say this enough, but the heated toilet seat thing, like it was cold out in the mountains when I went to go see Mount Fuji, but the heated toilet seats I didn't want to move. I didn't want to get up to go and actually see Mount Fuji. I wanted to stay at like the rest stops. And like the way they do public restrooms is like you take, you know, the tissue that they provide for you, and then you sanitize it, and then you wipe the seat down before you sit and do your business. Like that would never happen here in the US, you know? And that's how they keep it clean, because everyone participates in that, in the cleanliness and in picking up after yourself. I can't say enough about that. And also, they're like fast food chains. Like, my friend wanted me to try Yoshinoya, and I've tried it here in the US, and it's utter trash. It's trash. I don't like it at all. It's like overcooked beef. There's hardly any flavor on it. There's a lot of teriyaki sauce, and the rice is just awful. There, they even have a sukiyaki like version of it, where you can have a hot pot boiling in front of you, fast food, like cook your meat and eat it with fresh rice for under $10. I was like, sold. Yes. And it comes with vegetables. They have a shit ton of vegetables to go with their meals, because it's a well-balanced meal. They know how to, like, it's not just fried stuff. It's not just like heavy carbs. It's a little bit of everything. Ah, yes. Okay, got really passionate about that. Omega says, have you played Under the Witch? No, I have not. I don't really play a lot of games anymore. I'm even struggling to keep up with my mobile game thing. But I will take a look just to see what it's like. Oh, it says it's a femdom game. Cool. I like the cosplay look up from these though. I feel like I've seen somebody dressed like this before. So, yeah, definitely the angles of this are very much the femdom world. But who knows? Maybe photo shoot. It's really easy to cosplay this one, actually. I already have I have a dress like this. Literally have a dress like this. So, I just need to get the stockings. I have a hat. I have a witch's hat. Although this one's kind of cooler. Okay. Thanks for the reference. Weaselpod says, that sounds amazing! Anime and tech, yeah! I mean, if that's what Japan is known for, that and hentai, like, come on, you combine the two, right? Oh, also, I went to this really cool store. It's 6 floors. I don't know if I could do a recap video of this. I couldn't film inside there because apparently people have tried live streaming in there before and they just did not like it. Also, people are there to actually purchase stuff and like you're revealing who these people are. So I understand the privacy thing of it as well, and they're trying to run a business. But yeah, this store had 7 levels, so 6 levels including a basement. And wow, Their dolls are very realistic. Some of them are questionable in age appearance. And then, you know, they had these cool pillows, inflatable, and they have the graphic of a girl on them. And then they have like a little sleeve where you could put a toy there and use it. It's so innovative. I've never seen that before. But of course the Japanese would have come up with that. So yeah, that was something else that I thought was really interesting. I also found out about this really cool toy company that is really beautiful. I honestly just want the toys because it's so pretty. Like, I wouldn't use them. I would just keep them on my shelf. And I'm gonna reach out to them to see if they're willing to do a collaboration because I really like them. Speaking of collabs, I have 2 collabs coming up. That's what I'm gonna be filming after this live stream. But look out for those in the upcoming weeks. One of them is a company that I've already worked with and I really like their stuff, so I got new things from them. And then the other one is a new company, and theirs is all based off of being hydro effective, so you can use them underwater, and they're, you know, that's really cool. So look out for those. Weaselbot says kotatsu, I think. Oh yes, thank you. I always have to look it up. I really want one. Like, if I ever get a space, I'm literally just gonna buy one. I don't have, my living room doesn't currently have a table or like sofas or couches because I don't want, like, I don't use my living room for that. My living room is so that I could practice my other crafts like flow and rope and stuff like that. So I need the space. So I don't have space for that. But if I ever end up getting a space that is big enough for that, I am buying that as my dining table because I'm going to have that thing on whenever my legs get cold. Ooh, that'd be really cool to film content with too. Anyway, Stan says, Mara, I just wanted to come by and say hi. Red Heart, it was lovely to see you again and chat with you, but I need to go to bed. Good night, or as we say in Latin, buona notte. Aw, Red Heart. Thanks, Stan, for coming by. Always appreciate you. Yeah. Yay. What was I gonna say? Oh, lastly, in Kyoto, the thing that I really liked about Kyoto is like it has, oh yeah, Osaka had the castle too, which I visited, which was crazy big. There's multiple levels and you could go, I started at, did I go up? Yeah, I did go up. They are so efficient with like how narrow the corridors are for going up and down. The Japanese have one route to go up and one route to come down. I'm just like, genius, utter genius. It's not chaotic like they have it here. You know, it's a little bit IKEA-ish because, you know, they tell you which way to go and it's like you don't really have a choice. But, you know, it's very efficient and you get, everybody gets to see everything. So I really liked that. Oh, yes, Kyoto. Kyoto had temples, a lot of temples, oh my gosh. It was like a temple per like block or per location. But they also had like really beautiful installations, if you will. Like there was, first off, went to go see the bamboo forest, which I think everybody should walk through if they can. I did a flow through with it on my Goddess Mara channel. And I had, okay, Weaselbot is asking if I want to go see the monkeys in Kyoto. My friend was like, if you want to, they are going to be here because it's the winter time. And I was like, I'm going to be in an onsen another day. I don't need to go see monkeys. And especially if they're mean. Like, I heard they throw stuff at you and they like take your stuff and they're not nice. So I was just like, and you had to hike up a mountain to go see them. I was like, I'm not doing that. I'd rather go to an onsen later. So that's what I did. So I went to go to the temples. I went to the Arashiyama a bamboo forest. Then I took the train to go to another temple. We went to go see the Fox Temple, which is really cool. Damn, were there so many freaking stairs though. If anyone's gonna tell me what a con is of going to Japan, it's stairs. Okay, this is why people are very thin there, despite how much rice they probably eat, is because of stairs. So not only was I walking a lot every day, you still had to go up damn stairs. And so the Fox Temple was that, and it was intense, but worth it. You saw all the torii gates, the orange torii gates that it's really well known for. And we saw the pagoda that's like in every single like postcard and like anime series, that overlooks like the set of stairs. We took a photo over there as well. And yeah, it was really beautiful. I think Kyoto is a place. Oh, and we ate at a really awesome place too that evening. We went through the oldest like where the red light district is, where geishas used to be, and they still use the spaces for entertaining. Not the same, but they have a second floor. So on the first floor it's all restaurants, and the second floor it's where the entertaining happens. And the entertainers have like if you needed a break from that, you can like turn around and look at the river and like people walking and stuff like that. So it's really cool to see how the new and the very old, ancient Japan is, and how that's mixed in today's world. It's really, really cool to see that. For a first world country like Japan that has been so technologically advanced, and to see like they still honor like this old traditional stuff, it's kind of cool, Oh, and also the fact that we went during New Year's and like everybody was in the temples. Like there's a temple for everything. There's a temple for friendship. There's a temple for studying, like academic excellence and achieving that. There's a temple for like family, and all of these temples are full of people and they're just like giving their, thing for the new year. So that's a big thing. Unfortunately, during this time, there were a lot of places that I wanted to go to that were closed because of the holiday. So I probably won't go back again, like especially that first week or so, week and a half of the new year. I would never go to Japan during that time because things are closed. But the holiday lights were still out, and I got some really beautiful footage and photos of that. So that's cool. Weasel Bot says, yeah, you have to respect the monkeys. Yeah, I know. But they don't respect us. So that's what made me turn around and go back the other way. He says the size. They're the size of dogs. They didn't bother me, but respect. Yeah. They're a wild animal. So. Omega says there's also a Batman anime and a Catwoman anime film. I saw there's a short film that somebody did it was like someone did well, are you talking about the one that's like Chinese inspired? It looks like ink brush strokes. I've seen the Catwoman short film. I talked about that actually on one of my live streams previously, because I know the director of it. She produces a lot of Warner Brothers stuff here in Los Angeles. I don't know her like personally, but I've spoken with her about projects previously when I used to work in the film and entertainment industry. She's very talented. I love the stuff that she does. She's also worked with the Avatar Last Airbender guys, so that's really cool. Okay. Oh, by the way, did you know that the Batman animated series and Batman Beyond and stuff like that, those were animated in Korea? They had Korean last names in the credits. I was like, wait, what? So yeah, everybody would just like, they had the designers design them here and like storyboard them out and then just like ship them off overseas, and they would just like animate it and then edit they would, you know, send it back. If any edits needed to be made, they would do it again. It's like, wow, that's crazy. That was in the 90s. Spawn's asking if I know a guy named Paul. I mean, I know multiple people named Paul, but I don't think I know the person you're talking about. Weaselbot says, speaking of Batman, are you a fan of the HBO Harley Quinn animated series? I've never watched it. Again, unpopular opinion, but I'm not a fan of Harley Quinn. I think she's a cool character, and I think that she's a great addition to the Batman world. However, I'm like, I don't know. I'm more of a Catwoman fan. I think she has like the elegance and but still like the street smarts of a like actual cat, but still in a woman. And she's like the gray character who like, she's considered a villain because she like steals stuff, but also she helps people. You know what I mean? So it's like, Harley Quinn doesn't do anything to help people. She helps herself and she helps her abusive exes, if you will. But yeah, or ex. I also am not a fan of Margot Robbie. I don't know how to say her name, but yeah, I just think they're really milking it for what it's worth. And like, I even like Poison Ivy better than Harley Quinn. I like Catwoman, Poison Ivy. I don't even know if there's another one after that. I've seen clips from it in memes, so I don't know. Weaselbot says it's very non-canonical. Yeah, I hear it's a different thing, kind of like Teen Titans-y. Weasel says you might dig it, and Catwoman is in it. Smiley face. It's not Margot Robbie, but it's Keely Cuoco. Poison Ivy is a big part of it. Yeah, I hear they have a very strong friendship in that one, in the series. Or at least that's what the memes portray it to be. I don't know. But yeah, I've seen Suicide Squad, and not because I wanted to. It was what was on while I was visiting a friend, and I was just like, ugh. Wasn't a fan. But yeah. Omega's asking if I've seen the Gotham Knight version. Let's see. Is this the one with Nightwing in it? Even so, I don't know if I have. I've seen the one with the Red Hood. Wait, is that? Yeah. Yep, I've seen the Red Hood one. I don't remember it though. I've only seen it once, and it was a very long time ago. But yeah, Batman has always been part of my life. I used to play with the little action figures for Batman, so yeah. But yeah. Oh damn. Alright, it's already 2:30, which is a lot longer than I thought I was going to be streaming. But I really enjoyed this, guys. It's been a while, so it's probably why I'm talking a lot. And I just came back from a trip and everything, catching up with all of you. But yeah, thank you so much for being here. And you know, I hope everyone's New Year is starting really well. take a look at all of my other videos if you haven't seen them. I have them in playlists that are on my channel page. And, you know, like, comment, share, subscribe. Like this video and live stream if you enjoyed it. So, yeah, I hope I see you guys again soon. Alex Ross. Okay, I haven't read the Batman that Alex Ross drew for, but I love his art. His art inspired me during school because I went to art school. And for visual development, I would look at his stuff all the time. Like, wow, super talented. So, yeah. Weaselbot says, thanks for taking the time, Miss Mara. Happy New Year. Thank you all. And yeah, I'll catch you next time. Be safe, have fun, and keep it kinky, everyone.